Hello everybody, it's CG Soul Sorcerer again. I'm bringing you the second match between CG Crysi123 and CG SpartaRage. Like I said before in the previous video, both are clan members of Clan Ghost, and they are fighting for the right to be promoted within the clan and raise their rank. This time I will be following SpartaRage, and we'll be taking a look and seeing how his gameplay is. You can see already that he's establishing a food plot and a wood line, so he's getting his first hunt going and his first wood line getting started up, and he's going to go ahead and get started on his scouting, finding his next hunts, and trying to locate goats and find other valuable resources like gold that the Celts, like I've mentioned before in the previous video, like I said, are quite desperate in need of. You know, they need a lot of food and a lot of gold, like I said before. So he's just kind of scouting around, and we're just gonna, he's just gonna kind of open up the map and get everything around his base, visible, so he can get a clear line on where he can go, what he can do, and that sort of thing. Both players, I think, are very good players, and I expected it to be something like this, because Crysi123, he came very highly recommended, and SpartaRage has proven himself to be quite an efficient and skilled player. So both players, I feel are very equal in this matchup, and they should provide, some pretty decent action. So a few houses going up now for SpartaRage. He's trying to get his food up, so he can get the houses up and age up to 2 as quickly as he can, which I can imagine CG Crysi is doing at the moment as well. Just kind of chopping some wood to get everything in order, and lay down his first barracks. It looks like he's going to keep on scouting around, just to kind of clear up some more space up and around his base in the areas. Couple of goats there that Crysi is trying to herd back to his base. SpartaRage is going to go ahead and steal those real quick. And I have to add that I noticed from the last match and this match that both players are very well in tune to opening up the fog of war, the black spaces around their base, so they're aware of what is around them. That way they can identify, where their next moves are going to be at, what resources they're going to be available to them. Crysi123 has reached the Bronze Age. You see a barracks and a storehouse going up for SpartaRage. Storehouse next to gold. You have a couple villagers for gold. It looks to see he has about 4 villagers on food, and he's herding his goats towards his food so he doesn't have to travel very far for the next hunt. First longsword pops out. Great looking units with that legendary shield on SpartaRage's longswordmen. They just give him so much of an awesome looking and epic sword. Almost all other legendary gear. They just give it that really awesome look. The battle scrolls of Gilgamesh really doesn't matter. It's more for looks in champion mode, but in a standard game or in a quest or something, I would probably choose a different item.
simply because it does slow down the production of the unit. Even though it does lower the cost, it takes a great deal of time to get that unit out. So we see obviously another third barracks going up, more houses for SpartaRage, and he's just streaming out long swords. The standard Celtic Age 2 unit, which is basically the meat of the army for the Celts in Age 2. You have, it looks like, a couple of barracks for Crysi123. Another storehouse going up on wood to keep his wood line even, which is, I might add, a tactic that is adapted by SG Zuda to always try to keep your wood line even, so you don't have this huge divot that ends up in your wood line, and you chew through your wood line and you create a hole, which could lead to potential problems, leakage into your base and whatnot. So we have a food house, a storehouse on the berry bush, so he's getting more food. Lots of villagers on gold to, like I said, to keep pumping those long swords out. We see an archery range now going up for Crysi123. I really don't feel that that's a good option with the matchup considered, because in Celts versus Celts there really isn't any other ranged units except slingers in Age 2, and SpartaRage is not producing any ranged units, so it's an interesting way, interesting tactic there. They could be just for backup, to give the long swords that are on the front line for Crysi123 extra oomph to that pop. We see a Sacred Grove now going down for SpartaRage, obviously to get out those fantastic Druid units, which are really, really great to throw into battle. As I said before in the previous match, they stand behind the Celtic infantry front line and heal at the same time while they are in the midst of battle. Not only that, I didn't add before, but I want to have mentioned the chance now, Druids are able to actually fight. Unlike Greek priests and Persian priests, Druids actually have the ability to engage in combat as well. Though they may not do as much damage as the infantry does itself, they are still able to take part in combat. So you can see right there that that looks like another hunt for Crysi123. He also has a Sacred Grove and an archery range and about 3 barracks. So he's getting preparing his army. Another storehouse going up on wood to just kind of shorten that distance between the villies and that wood line, so they can really gather that wood really fast. The faster you can get the wood, the faster you can put up your buildings, the faster you can put out your units. And he's just massing long swords. A few Druids now popping out into the mix, and you see Crysi123 scout just kind of poking in there just to see what's going on. He sees that all of SpartaRage's units are there on that left flank side of his base. So SpartaRage, in anticipation of maybe an attack, is going to, looks like, move all of his units, or most of his units, to the right flank on his side of his base there, to try and anticipate maybe a preemptive attack there. He's got a gold mine open over on the right side. He has a main gold mine, which he has most of his villagers on. I'm suspecting that's his second gold mine there to the far right.
Some more houses going up to increase population.
Also to age up as well. He has another back hunt kind of secretly there in the back, which is really great. Next to it, it looks like a stone mine and a third gold mine going up as well. He's got 3 storehouses, and they're all kind of interlinked between each other because the hunt is so spread out that he can go ahead and build that next storehouse next to that gold and use it as also as partially as a hunting, as a hunting storehouse. So he's going to send a couple. SpartaRage is going to send a couple of long swords. It looks like to take a poke up there around Crysi's base to see what's going on. I don't know where SpartaRage's scout went. He could have already died, maybe, unless that's his scout way up north of behind Crysi's base. And now Crysi's 2 longsword scouts are being chased by a small band of Crysi's longswords. He sees that he has quite a good amount of housing. He's going to go ahead and engage that gold mine and try to put pressure on that back gold mine of Crysi123 there, but he quells that quite well and very effectively, very fast. We see an archery range now and an armory go up for SpartaRage to increase the damage that his longswords and all of his units can do. Obviously, SpartaRage has reached the 3rd age now and is pumping out Woad Raiders, Bowmen, which are going to be highly effective against Crysi123's longswords. His first gold mine just ran out, and now he's sending all of his villagers over to the 2nd gold mine. He's going to send out, looks like, Woad Raiders. And he's going to swing them wide right there to try and get, I'm guessing, behind Crysi123's base to try and do what their intended title is raid. Massing up more bowmen and more veteran long swordsmen. I'm pretty sure if he's 3rd age, he's upgraded those long swords now, and with the armory, they're just going to be even more devastatingly effective. Lots of druids, well, a small handful of druids, I should say. Small handful of bowmen, and mainly a composition of long swords. He's going to make this push now, it seems, into Crysi123's base. That's a lion there, a little OP lion, kind of slowing down some of the units, and a huge engagement. SpartaRage's army engages for just a second there in a small battle pulse. He engages Crysi123's army. Crysi immediately backs his army back into his base. A couple villagers get caught up in the mists there, right in the front lines. Lots of slingers, lots of druids for Crysi123, along with long swords. Just a big, massive tangle of long swords just hacking away at each other. Lots of druids there for Crysi123 to really try to keep a hold and keep healing Crysi123's longsword units, and he's able to fend off SpartaRage's army and sends him out of the base and back to regroup again, even with the added benefit of age 3 bowmen and Woad Raiders. There's a Woad Raider party now coming in for SpartaRage to attack on the gold mine there of Crysi123, and he tried to get up a gold storehouse, one of those great, fantastic, another unique Celtic building where you can actually garrison your villagers inside of a storehouse, and those Woad Raiders are going to try and slow that process down while Crysi123 tries to scatter his long swords to kind of quell those Woad Raiders from SpartaRage. Now the Woad Raiders are doing a dual attack on Crysi123's woodline and the gold mine also. In fact, yeah, you got a Woad Raider over there just kind of just hacking away at a storehouse there, just to let them know, that SpartaRage is, I will not back off. I will be pressuring you constantly. So Crysi123 just, nope, you're gonna die. Lots of more bowmen and Woad Raiders. Excuse me, I need a drink. But you see lots of more Woad Raiders
and lots of more bowmen coming in, along with multiple long swords for SpartaRage. And he is putting together his next offensive. And Crysi123 is going to preemptively attack SpartaRage in his base this time. He has lots of druids and lots of slingers backing up his long swords. SpartaRage is countering as best he can, doing a lot of damage with those Celtic bowmen. And Crysi123 has gone to the third age as well. He has the veteran longswordman, so. And that's the match. And Crysi123 goes ahead and resigns, and SpartaRage is our winner. Had a lot of men still left, but good game by both players.